Hello, everyone. Welcome to what's the date today? February 19th edition of the planning meeting for the Contributor Summit at KubeCon EU. This meeting abides by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which, if you've not taken the time to read, I encourage everyone to pop over to GitHub and do so. Let's get started with lead updates. Much like Arnaud, I have no general updates. I think the bulk of the updates this week are going to come out of the content team. I know that they were working on finalizing the schedule late last week, so we should be able to lock that soon. So, and get those notifications out. I'm guessing that's where the meat of this is going to be. I don't see any CNCF updates. I'm guessing that, Brienne has a baby and Janelle is probably off work today. So the last updates that I had heard from CNCF were that we have a beautiful space for the social, which luckily, much like the Amsterdam location, is going to basically be on the campus of the event center. But it's really a beautiful space. I'm sure y'all probably saw some photos, maybe. If not, I'll share them in the chat. Just plants everywhere, beautiful outdoor space. And it'll be really nice that folks can just walk. Yeah, Natalie, I see you've got a hand up.
Yeah, do you have those details in written, like the exact address or info in written form so we can update the website with that?
I'll find them today right after the meeting. I have it in a DM with Brienne and Arnaud.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just send it to me whenever and we can get that updated this week.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'll make sure too that like the contracts are signed before I'll let you know.
Yeah. When it's
Last I
confirmed,
heard
let
it
me
was
know.
available and we were going to be able to act on it. And I think Brienne locked it, but I need to actually see that confirmation. Arnaud.
Yeah, Natalie, we will not get that today, so maybe Wednesday, because Brian is basically on maternity leave officially. Channel is taking over today's US holiday, so yeah, we just need to ping Brian with Janelle and basically get feedback about the confirmation. So
Yeah.
we cross finger
Yeah.
about getting that this week.
Oh, good. Anytime this week is fine. You can just send the info directly to me and we can get it up on the site. No worries at all.
Yeah, but I would basically keep my expectation low about, because it's a contract, so we don't exactly know how contract are handled with CNCF. So I would say let's wait feedback from CNCF liaison about this, and we update the website. I don't think we need a communication about the celebration location. Just update the website.
We do usually send out a communication around the social so that people know where it is. But that's later on. It doesn't have to come now. That can come way later.
Okay, that's fine. So I think this week we just get confirmation that contract is signed between. I think we have a point of contact with the celebration location, so we get confirmation this week, and we just update. We give you that information.
I'll add that the only reason we're getting this offered to us, it's very lovely. This was actually Brienne's original first choice, and it wasn't available, and they had a last minute cancellation. So it opened up, and we're very hopeful that it works out. I will, with that, pass to content, which I think is the biggie this meeting.
Hello. So the content status is green. We have all the CFPs approved, and I was in contact with all the other SIG leads and chairs, which actually went through the CFPs with me and helped me a lot with those things. So we have the list, but we can actually go with reviewing all the CFPs with the summit staff team post this call, perhaps with an unrecorded session. And apart from that, I guess everything else is green. We have the planning doc ready. And we're also seeing if which rooms have perfect internet connections or not. And with all those things, we can actually finalize the planning doc as well, with all the talks within the scheduled in particular rooms based on all those things. So everything else is done. I believe that we can complete this post this call after the review with the CNCF with all of us amongst us, and after that we can move this approved CFP to the communications team for getting the CFP notifications out. So if it's possible, it can be done in the next few hours. Yeah.
Noah?
Yes.
I do see one issue
Mhm.
based on what's in the planning doc on the agenda tab.
Okay.
Originally, what we had in the workshop room was that we only had that room for some parts of the day and not for the end of the day. And also meals were being served in there. So we had to block a bunch of
Oh.
boundary
No.
space around that meal. But now I see there's another slot that says lunch serving area. But the people that would need to confirm about that are not on the call, which is our CNCF liaisons.
What I can say is that we now have the room the whole day, so the time limitation is gone.
Okay.
So this was an update by Brienne, I think the last thing that she said. And regarding lunch serving, this is something that I would need to clarify with the CNCF folks. Yes, there you're right. But
Okay.
the status of the room changed, so Brienne said that we have more space available. So yeah, let's see this.
So we just need to make sure whether or not we have to build in buffer in the schedule for the lunch section.
So how much room will be, or like how much time the room will be occupied, and how many sessions we will have to cut down on if that happens? Mario, like you have an estimate?
I mean, we still have the big room, right? So we still have the fourth room that is only for get together and lunch. So this has changed when you look at the overall planning sheet.
Okay. Yeah. So I have added the talks to the schedule as per the old planning doc that was shared with me. So based on that, I had this thing that I was assigning, like we had 916 minutes for the entire day. And based on that, I actually added all the talks. So like you said, we might not have some rooms available at some time. How many talks do you think we'll have to compromise with?
For
I mean, if we-
lunch, my estimate would be 90 minutes. Does that sound right?
The expectation was 30 minutes on either side of lunch if they're using the same room, because we need to give them time to set up and take things down so they're not in there, moving chafing trays around while people are trying to give a talk.
So we have now the last update from CNCF was that we have the biggest room, which is our general session room and with breakout. Then we have a workshop room. So we have basically a hangout space and 2 workshop rooms with that they set down as meal space. But I would argue that it maybe makes sense to have like the hangout space that was not planned for sessions at all as the dining room. Arno, you have your hand up.
Yeah, if they can do that, I think that makes the most sense. Arno, you've got a hand up.
I think my question is like, is it taking too much time to get the preparation for the meals in those rooms, or was like it's like basically 15 minutes operations? Because I'm not sure basically how many times we need, and I feel like we want to wait for CNCF confirmation, and I think that's not, they have to reach out to the vendor to basically get the estimate.
So Brienne put like we don't have to worry about blocking it. It's like she she dropped a message in chat, basically saying we got additional space. So we don't have to worry about that room and lunch.
Okay, so it's completely off.
It's completely confirmed.
And we don't have to worry about it at all.
As far as last Monday, we don't have to worry about it at all.
In that case, we get double confirmation from Janelle tomorrow, and we get the schedule out on Wednesday. Delay that, it's not really a issue. It's not a big issue. Or we just go for it and say, okay, Brian, give us confirmation.
I am pretty sure like what Brienne posted last week is accurate because she linked the doc and said this is like I copied the message she said in chat.
Okay.
And link to it.
So. Oh, we gained more space for networking and hanging out as well as for meals. So to me, I think this, I agree, Bob. I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my understanding too, but I'm like, Mario, do we want to, are you feeling not sure about this?
No, I'm fine. So okay. I think that we are fine because I think meal space just means that there are tables so people can sit down on a table to eat. So we have like basically 3 rooms that have tables where people can eat, and the food is served somewhere else. So I am pretty happy with this.
Okay.
So the important takeaway is that the room that's labeled for workshops is no longer for workshops and meals. It's just workshops.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. That means we can go forward. I'm happy to stick around after we make it through here to go through the schedule. Anyone else is welcome to, do what you got to do. Natalie, do you want to give a comms update?
Sure. So obviously the next update will be about the schedule that will go out to everybody. I believe, Faika, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we had a few more days still this week to get that all finalized. The first thing we need to do is send out the approved or accepted or rejected emails to different folks.
Yeah, so the notifications has to go by 20th of February, and the schedule has to be announced on 25th. So we have a couple of days for it.
Yep, excellent. So Faika and I and team will coordinate. I will be writing the drafts of the accepted, not accepted emails later tonight. I have a gig to do, and then I got to come back and do it. And then the next main email blast would be that publication of schedule and reminder again of the registration. I do want to utilize LinkedIn now that we have access. For folks who don't know, we have access to the official Kubernetes LinkedIn now. And we will be utilizing the LinkedIn for when the schedule is live to publish that out there. So we do want to make sure it's correct. So we've got a few days, but yeah, we'll be utilizing LinkedIn for that too, as well as all the socials. And in terms of comms for at least this week, I think that's it. But if anyone has any extra things they want included in those updates, let me know for sure.
Awesome. Sounds good. I don't see anything from Kaylin, but I know that the celebration is moving along. We're working on space, and I know she's working on activities, so that's coming together. Mario.
Yeah, so we have currently 14 people, including shadows and volunteers for Day of Ops. I reached out to all of them. They all confirmed. One is currently not sure. So I will get a final answer today so that I can update the beret ordering form. And thanks for Ray for changing all of the status of those folks. And as soon as we have the schedule, we can basically plan people to the different sessions.
Sounds good. Ray.
All right, reg updates. So we have a total of 151. And just to compare with NA with Chicago, we had a total of 180 on the last week for registrations. So we're about 29 off if we're comparing. Non-staff 122. We have not approved 8 for not being org members. And we have 29 staff. And once the schedule is announced, we will approve non-org member speakers. We'll also review if any of the non-approved ones in the past are now speakers as well. So we'll go back and take a look at them. I have the links for both links for the staff and for general attendee registrations. So if you haven't registered, please register, and please have all your leads and shadows of volunteers. Please register as staff. And then there's the general attendee registration link. So tell your Kubernetes friends, please register if they are attending KubeCon EU.
Awesome. Do you happen to know where we are in relation to Amsterdam attendance?
I do not. I wasn't part of the summit staff, but I'll take a look at it. That's a good one to compare it to.
Yeah, I'd be curious since the EU events are typically smaller, but I know Amsterdam sold out at like 10,000, and I heard little birdie that Paris might sell out too. So I'm curious, what and yeah, as compared to the NA size too, it looks like we're relatively on track, but just curiosity.
There's an attendee tracker in the general planning doc of the CNCF. It's called attendee tracker, and there you can basically see how many registrations are or what's the status of the registrations for each week. But I don't know if it's for EU or only NA, because if it's only EU, then we are already 10 people ahead in comparison to Amsterdam. So from the point in time.
Great. Good to know. Good job, comms, if our registration is going that well as compared to NReg. Yeah, it's awesome.
I was about to say, thanks for the congratulations, but I think the location has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right. Nothing from Caslin this week. I'll follow up with her async to make sure everything's going well with the meet and greet. And then Swag, shame on me for not having put my beret info in yet. I will do that immediately after this call. I'm so sorry. Anything else, Arno?
So you owe me something now. So
yeah, I'll buy you a beer in Paris or something.
Okay.
No, I would just go ahead and just put everyone's, make it all uniform and put everyone's first name on the berets. Everyone's had time to add in their possible changes. Just do the one thing.
Yeah, so the vendor asked me to basically come tomorrow so we can finish the order and pay for everything. So tomorrow is tomorrow morning, my time is the deadline of doing that, because I basically has to have everything delivered by March 15, where I still don't know, but yeah, that's the deadline. And they asked me to basically put the order this week and literally tomorrow. So I have to be there tomorrow afternoon to make that order happen. And I think that's my update.
Cool. Well, now that we've made it through that, I will end the recording, and anyone that wants to stick around to chat and walk through the schedule is welcome to. Goodbye, YouTube. Anything? One more thing?
Yeah, one topic that I took the planning doc for the schedule from last year, and there we had a 1-hour lunch break. So we should basically think if this is enough, because I think that Fika is doing her assumption based on the schedule that I put in, that I copied from last year, but adopted it to the rooms.
Yeah, Oh, sorry, Xander.
No,
I was
go
just going
ahead.
to say, Arno and I and Faika and Nitish were on a call last week, just thought through that, and we saw that copy of that doc, Mario. That was a copy of this the staffing doc that had the whole yeah. And so because Faika didn't have access to the planning doc just yet, we started using that as the first part of the planning, and likely need to, like you said, adapt to if lunch is a different time.
Or no?
I feel like we basically want to finish with the schedule and talk to CNCF how we can reflect that in the planning doc later. So
Yeah, I think an hour seems like enough for lunch to me, and if that's what the current schedule is built around, I think that's okay.
I think
Open to
that's what we've
dissenting
had.
thoughts on that.
We've had an hour previously. That's usually just essentially for the period of time that the food is going to stay out. And they'll sort of take it away after, but people, especially now that we have the separate space, like people will probably linger there. So I would just make sure, whatever theoretically gets scheduled right after, it's sort of low key-ish for at least a half an hour after the lunch.
Yeah, if we have the extra space, we could theoretically ask them to leave the food out for 90 minutes instead of an hour, and still have talks start on the hour, but have the food stay an extra 30 minutes if folks want to linger. Which we can coordinate with CNCF on.
Also, so basically the food will be on one floor above. So it's not on the same floor as we are. So they are. I think it's in the same floor as the doc sprint room, but I have to double check. I have to double check in the venue plan again. But it won't be on the same floor as we are. Just FYI.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna end the recording for real, and we can look at the schedule. All right. I have there we go.